What's going on, guys? Sam here from Better You Better Society. Today I'm going to be interviewing a fitness fanatic, a gym rat, posting every day, super consistent. So we're going to pick her brain and see what she has going on. Hopefully we can get some inspiration and, so let's get into this.
Yes.
So what's your name?
Caitlin.
All right. What do you do?
I'm a nurse, first off, and I make fitness content. I'm hoping to drop my own fitness guide, become an online fitness coach, and help inspire other people to do the same, reach their fitness goals.
Gotcha. What made you want to get into that?
For me, it started during quarantine. I never really had that story of like, oh, I was bullied in high school, or like I was like the really skinny fat kid, or whatever the case may be. It just came down to I was strong in here, and then I was strong in here. And then I wasn't really strong on the outside. I was very slim, no muscle, like no strength. So it kind of just came to the point where I was like, all right, enough is enough. Like, let's do this. And then I did it.
What was the thing that triggered you to be like, all right, let me start today?
I just didn't want to be comfortable. Just wanted better for myself.
You didn't want to be comfortable?
I didn't want to become comfortable, yeah.
So what triggered that?
I mean, if you think about like what you want for your future, just investing in yourself, and it's thinking about like when I want to have kids in the future, I want them to see me, look at their mom, feel like she did it.
Yeah. Now that's dope, like having that mindset to say, all right, I'm a little bit too comfortable.
Yeah.
Let me push a little bit harder. Like what made you be like, yo, what gave you that mindset? Was it your surroundings?
I think it was just internal. Like I didn't really have anybody there with me, any type of support system. Like during quarantine, I'm like in the basement every day by myself using my dad's iron weights, like feeling like I'm in like doing prison workouts kind of thing. It was just like more internal. Like I just wanted more for myself. That was kind of like the trigger, the switch.
Got you. Talk about that first day you worked out, like you picked up the weights.
The first day. Well, I was always active, like even before quarantine, before I started working out. Like even when I was younger, I was in basketball, I was in karate, swimming, dancing. I was doing everything. And I kind of wanted to like continue like that active lifestyle. So it was just wanting to do more.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so what made you get on social media?
I knew that there were other people probably going through the same thing. Maybe if it was during quarantine or whatever the case may be, they could probably look at my story and then I can inspire them to, get started or to even keep going.
Gotcha. So when you first started posting your content on our social media, a lot of people, they nervous to post that first video. Yeah. Did you feel that?
A little bit, in a sense of like judgment in a way. And I remember I posted a video similar to this. It's like, what if like people just start judging me? It's like, what is she doing? She's going from being like this IG baddie to like posting fitness, seeing her lifting weights. So it's just like the narrative is kind of switched. But then I started getting like a lot of messages about like, you're really inspiring me. Like, I'm trying to do the same thing, keep it up. That kind of what keeps me going too.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, that's dope. That's dope. So you felt that fear, and you decided to just post.
Just dive head in, yeah. Just like give it all, give your all.
Gotcha. And
yeah,
then you
don't
started
hold
getting,
back.
Like positive reinforcement.
Of course, like, yeah.
You started getting like the testimonials and everything.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Dope. Okay. So, how important is fitness to women when it comes to dating?
Very important, because for starters, you should do it for yourself. And when you're in a relationship, of course, like men and women value different things, but specifically men, of course, they value their women to, upkeep their appearance, to look good. So it's very important. It should be a priority.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just did a video talking about that. I
was
like, because I used to, like ask guys, why do you want a girl that works out? And they would say something along the lines of, I want a girl that works out because it just, it's the mindset thing. And I'm like, that might be true down the line.
You want it to look good.
Yeah, but when you first see the girl, you're not approaching her thinking, oh, maybe her mindset is, that might come secondary.
Like, she looks good, and I'm going to go after it. Like, that's kind of what it stems from a little bit. It's like when you first meet somebody, you're going based off solely attraction, what you see by the eye. You're not going to go based off of like mental, because you've never spoke to them. And what you're doing is going based off of what you see. Okay,
exactly. All right, so what are your current goals now?
So right now, I'm trying to build up my Instagram, my following. So I'm doing that by posting fitness content, getting on shout out pages. And I eventually want to drop like, a workout guide, but I'm like just waiting for kind of like the right time to where I have like more of an audience, and then hopefully sell that, hope people start their own journey.
Got you. So right now, like you mainly on IG?
IG and TikTok, but mainly IG.
Gotcha. Have you been,
energy.
which one has been giving you like better reception?
Well, like engagement, I would
Yeah.
say TikTok. TikTok is easier to build like followers, get a lot more likes. Instagram, it's been taking a little bit longer, but I feel like I'm able to get more opportunities from Instagram. So
Okay.
it's more important for me to build that up.
Gotcha. How many times a day do you post?
There's times where I've done 3, there's times where I've done 2, 1, but typically I range from like 1 to 2 because there's times where I do 3 and I feel like I'm kind of just like over spamming people. So I feel like when I stick to 2 or 1, that's kind of like the sweet spot for me.
Gotcha. So you're going out to like post consistently and build your following.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever have times when you kind of like, like you want to post, but maybe you get discouraged, so you don't post for a few days? Because I
Yeah.
feel that sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot. Like even with just going to the gym, it's like, you don't feel like going, but you do it anyway. It comes like, discipline. So what I kind of like learned what works for me is like I'll have a day where I record content once a week. So for me, that's Mondays. So I'll record all the content one day and then I'll have videos to post all throughout the week. So it's kind of like, less overwhelming, less anxiety, and then just get it done.
Okay. You feel like that works better than
That works, yeah.
just like,
Yeah, I've been taught to have like a strategy and a plan into going type of things, yeah.
okay. All right. Dope. All right. So what are some of your future goals outside of social media? Like, let's say long term, like what's your vision?
So for right now, even just outside of fitness, I'm also a nurse as well. So hoping to maybe go back to school, maybe become like an NP, see where that takes me.
NP?
Nurse practitioner.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm a little nervous to ask this question, but whatever. So in today's society, what do you think are some of the biggest issues?
When it comes to what, like fitness or women, biggest issues?
Yeah, in general.
I would say comfortability. People get comfortable a lot. People get comfortable with jobs. People get comfortable with relationships. People get comfortable in how they look. And then maybe they'll get to a point in the future, it's like, I wish I could have done more. And I don't want to get to that point. And I don't even want the people I love to get to that point.
That was a bar. Okay, so you think that a little bit of discomfort is a great motivator?
I think so. And I think for some people, they need kind of like that downfall, that turning point that kind of really like flips the switch,
Yeah. In high school, I had that bullying
Did you?
backstory. Yeah.
Aw.
That was the thing that was like, okay, no, we losing 100 pounds today.
Oh, you were like the big kid?
Yeah, like one day my friend, he was like, yo, so we had this house, girls there, and I had to like, lean back to get my phone out of my pocket. He was like, dang, bro, you getting fat, man. You have to lean back to get your phone out your pocket. And the girl I had a crush on, she started laughing. The next day, I started running and I didn't eat.
Oh, that was like your turning point.
Yeah, that was it. I was like,
your
no,
turning
no
point.
more. So I'm 100% with you there on that discomfort thing.
I mean, in a sense, like I've kind of had that too, but it's never like kind of pushed me to do it. Like other people's kind of opinions never pushed me to do it. It's just been like myself internal. Like I've had moments where people told me like, how you black with no ass? Because I was like really skinny before. So it's kind of like a stereotype, black woman, like So like you and I both, we kind of had like the same situation. But
That's
yeah.
funny. Who says that? Was that a friend?
No, it wasn't a friend. It was during high school before
Okay.
I even like started like the fitness, the working out, and everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So for you,
but as like a joke. But it's like there's some truth in every joke,
yeah,
and it sticks with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does that do negative comments that people have made to you in the past, does that motivate you at all, like present day? But it's like, you know what? They said that. Let me squat a little bit more today.
So the way I look at it, well, in a sense, but the way I look at it, I don't want other people's opinions to like influence how I live my life. I do it solely for me. So it's like if I want to go from here to here, if I want to go from being skinny to being like strong, like I'm going to do that for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What got you to that point, or have you always been like that, where other people's opinions didn't like phase you?
I wouldn't necessarily say I've always been like that. I just say as you get older and you gain confidence, more trust in yourself, you just learn to kind of like block it out, and then it just doesn't faze you anymore.
Okay. Super dope. All right, so do you have one final message for the world?
I would just say keep believing in yourself, keep going, give it your all. Don't let anybody downplay you.
Beautiful. One more question. What is the biggest challenge that you had to overcome?
Biggest challenge I had to overcome. Just in general, or like with fitness, working out?
We can do fitness first and then in general second.
The biggest challenge was just like a comfortability mindset. When I first started, I was into just solely like, to be honest, growing a butt. Like I didn't care about anything else. And then it just kind of made me realize there's more to fitness than just like how you look and having a fat ass. It's about, making it a lifestyle. It's about how you feel. It's about the future investment in yourself.
Okay. Now, in general.
In general, biggest challenge I had to face, I guess just like being alone in the journey. Like I've got to this point kind of like by myself, like the working out and everything. I was just like not having like somebody to kind of like get there with, I would say.
Did you expect it to not be lonely at first?
I didn't. Because even like a lot of the people around me, like my friends, like they're not into this kind of stuff. So, there's moments where it gets lonely, but you got to just do what you got to do.
Okay. So, let's talk about that. So, having friends that aren't like-minded with you with fitness, did that hold you up in the beginning?
Not at all. 'Cause I was still going to go for it.
Did you have to, did you being so fitness-oriented, did that kind of create space between you and your friends?
It did. We were all, like, me and my friends, we were all a lot closer during high school. But it's kind of like, I see myself from now on this point only making, like, connections and friendships with people who are into what I'm into and people who are trying to achieve, like, similar goals, similar aspects. We have the same mindset. And it's kind of like, those are my friends from high school, so I've known them for so long. It's kind of like I kind of have to keep the connection. That's kind of how it feels. But, yeah, we don't really share as many similar interests as we once did. It's kind of part of growing up, though.
Yeah. Like, I have friends who used to be like this, but...
Yeah. Now we're just kind of like this. Not really like this.
Yeah. And the more separate our lifestyles, the more space that there is between us.
But it's like we all understand,
Yeah. All right. So, dating. So, there's a big thing now about, like femininity and, submissiveness, and just like the dynamic between men and women. So, first question is, what qualities do you look for in a man?
I look for someone who's selfless, who's ambitious, who's patient, who's a great listener, who's kind, motivates others. Like, the list can go on. But those are, like, the top qualities.
Okay. Give me a few more.
Someone who's a go-getter, someone who's a risk taker, someone who's compassionate.
Okay. Now, how do you define submission?
Submission. I would just say, how would I define this?
Put him in the hot seat.
Submission. I would just say giving your man the space to allow him to lead, in a sense. I would say it starts from there.
Do you think women should be submissive?
For the right person. You can't be submissive to everybody. I think it goes a little bit more than just like the cliche, like cooking, cleaning. It's, putting your trust in your man. It's sticking by his side. It's a little bit more than just like the cooking, cleaning type of thing that people think.
I think nowadays that's a little bit, because you just hire somebody to do the cooking and cleaning.
Yeah.
I think it's more so like you said, like it's trust and faith in the person that you're dating. When I hear women that are like adamantly against submission, I'm like, yo, don't date. You're dating the wrong kind of guy then.
Or figure out like why it is that you have like that type of mindset. Does it stem from like traumas from past relationship that you never got over, or maybe you just haven't met the right person,
Yeah. Because even as a guy, like if I'm working for like a friend and helping him out with his business venture, or if I'm, like if I hire a mentor, I'm putting myself in a position of submission. Mm-hmm. And I'm 100% cool with that because I feel confident in who I am. Like I'm not, he the boss. Like I'm listening, I'm taking notes. That's actually another topic that I do want to get into. Mentorship. Have you ever had any mentors?
I've never had a mentor, no.
Okay.
No, but I would do say I have like someone that helps like guide me, but I wouldn't really call them like a mentor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Me neither. I've never had like an official, like, someone to meet with me and give me step-by-step instructions kind of mentor, but I do have like, virtual mentors and people that give me guidance. But I've been considering getting a mentor to kind of work with me on a personal level, because the people that I know in real life that have gotten mentors, let's say 4 years ago, they're like almost millionaires, or they are millionaires now because they were able just to skip a lot of steps.
I'm sure it's a good investment. I'm sure it's something I probably need to do too.
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you because that's something that I'm heavily considering myself. All right, go. Next question: How do you how do you overcome nervousness?
How do I overcome nervousness? I think eventually you just gotta let it subside. Like, everybody's gonna be nervous at some point, but then eventually you get to like a point of comfortability where it goes away.
Okay, so if I'm about to do something and I'm nervous, how should I cope with that? You know what? I feel like I just asked you the same question, but
If you're nervous, how do you cope with it if you're about to do something?
yeah, like if I'm about to do an interview or a podcast and I'm nervous, how should I cope with it?
Maybe just deep breathing, just realize who you are in the moment.
Yeah. When I used to do like public speaking initially, I used to be so nervous when I first started, and I would just go up, whatever. Like I'm nervous.
I would be extremely nervous.
Yeah, but after your fifth, sixth, seventh time doing it, the nervousness subsides and you just begin to feel more comfortable doing it.
So with experience.
Yeah. So when I invited you to do the interview, did you think you'd be nervous?
Not a little bit, but not really. It was more of like excitement.
Okay.
But it's kind of like, I guess, like when the lights are on you and the eyes are on you, it's like,
All right. And why did you still do it? I mean, you came all this way anyway, so I don't. But
like I said before, comfortability. Like if I wanted to remain comfortable, I probably would have said, no, I'm good. It's just like a new opportunity. It's the first thing for me. So.
Gotcha. So you don't mind being uncomfortable?
I don't. That's the only way to grow, though. You got to be uncomfortable. It's the only way to grow.
Talk about that a little bit more.
You have to put yourself in situations that you've never been in before to learn how to cope with it. And like I said, with experience, the nerves will go away eventually.
Yeah. That's something I want to work on today. Like, I want to do something that makes me look stupid today. Or I want to do something new so that I look stupid doing it. Because like we said, like that's how you grow and get better.
Even with the gym, I record my workouts. So, that requires me to set up my tripod. And there was times when I first started, I'm like, I feel like everybody's looking at me right now, like, and judging. But it just got to a point where it's like I kept on doing it. It's like I don't really care anymore. Like I'm getting my content.
Okay.
And I don't get nervous like recording myself in the gym anymore and setting up my tripod. So you could apply that to everything.
Yeah. How long have you been making content for?
I started, seriously, I started back in April.
Okay.
In April.
And what helped you to get better at making content?
I would say just learning different angles, knowing what would look good, lighting, and just, yeah.
All right. So I need you to give one of my friends some advice. Very beautiful girl, has so much potential with the social media thing, but she's afraid of posting certain content because she doesn't want to, I guess, look bad in the eyes of, the followers that she has. But I'm like, yo, if you start posting now, that's the only chance that you have to get to 1 million followers. But she's held up by that fear.
Something's holding her back.
Yeah. So what would you tell her?
If you don't mind me asking, how old is she?
28.
Okay, so tell her to imagine herself when she's 60, 70, or 80, and she's going to look back at the time where she's at now. Are you going to be satisfied with the decisions that you're making now, looking forward? If it's probably a no, and if it's a no, that should be more fuel, more motivating enough. And if it's not, then maybe you don't really want it that badly.
Gotcha. Okay. You hear that? Make sure you don't regret the decisions you're making now. Yeah, she's going to hate me for that one. Okay. So, we can end it there.
Okay.
All right. How you feeling?
Feel good.
All right.
Feel all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So, give another final message. They get 2 for 1 today, and that's it.
2 for 1. Just keep going, keep striving. Don't give up on your dreams.
That's all right.
Okay.
Peace out, guys.
Thank you.